Hi, well, I'm glad you enjoyed the games yesterday. I think I should really go into 5-minute training because I've got a 5-minute team tournament next Friday. If you're in London, you can join it as well. It's part of the Capes Trophy, which the North Circular League run. Anyway, so I'm sending a seek out now. That was quick to get julkin. I think one of the sacks was inspired by looking at some Larson games, there was one in particular he won with Black against a YouTube GM who had done live commentary before me, and they played in along over the board game, and there was this beautiful sack which Larson played, and it kind of inspired me, I think, to look out for the trickier kind of resources when you've got the attack. So maybe I'll try and show that game as well at some point soon. Anyway, back to this game. So I'm just trying to if I get an H5, it might actually be completely pointless here. So what about F4 and E5? Maybe that's more effective. But then as soon as I play F4, there's always B4 and E4's on the mind. So what to play? What about G3 with the idea of Bishop H3? I'll try that. G3. Try and pin a knight if the king's going up on C8. I know the king can always move, but the bishop's on a reasonable diagonal there. I haven't weakened E4 just yet. I just want to get the pieces out, I guess. Maybe if I get the bishop back over here, I'll play knight F4 and prepare for E5. So maybe knight F4 and E5, but he's going to play E5 at some point, I guess. Okay. So D5, knight E5 to C4 would be painful, unless B3 is going to stop that, in which case this might be a useful pawn. I don't think DC is that good, so I'm going to play this anyway. Mind you, he's on F3 as well as C4. Okay, so goodbye to my dark square bishop after that. Little blunder. I hope it's not the end of the game after knight C4. One little slip, maybe I can get away with. Just got to be careful on dark squares. Maybe F4 now. Try and get in maybe E5. And try and block this bishop a bit, even if a pawn sack is needed. Maybe E5 and F5. So E5 and F5. Give my knight an E4 square, hit C5. So DF5 would seem to be a bit unsound actually, because he just takes. So how about just knight E4, hitting C5, G4, maybe G4. Try and play F5. Okay, it's not the greatest so far. Actually takes check, hitting F7. So okay, so B4 knight E4. At least D5 is still protected by the rook. If I can get in F5, it might look a bit more pleasant, this position. Try and hem in this bishop. Have the E4 square. I could consider things after knight E4, maybe rook D3, threatening rook A3 maybe, or I don't know, something more logical actually. This looks too artificial, this rook idea. So first things first though, I think F5 and knight E4. Okay, that's going to happen now. Knight E4. So is he going to take here to keep the bishop open? But if I take back, it's check. I can take on F7 maybe. So this is knight E5 there. Do I want to allow C4? I don't think there's much choice if I want to keep this bishop locked. Okay, so F5 it is. Okay. Maybe I can play knight G3. Well, no, it takes because he's on D5 maybe. So I'll take and then maybe bishop E4 first is safer. Mind you, this pawn. Mind you, that pawn. So bishop E4 or knight G3. Knight G3, I think, because bishop H4, queen E5. So I want to get a knight to E4 again. Okay, so bishop over here for a sec. Can I get in my knight E4? We'll check first, and then I have to move the rook. Oh dear. Okay, horrible, ouch, skewer on the knight. This D6 is any good? There's bishop g3s all the time. So I think I've messed this up badly. Okay, so I should start moving quickly. He just takes a knight e4, just losing the exchange. Or knight h5, knight e4. Horrible. So clock deficit. f6 here. Not so hot. Okay, at least bishop f5, maybe b3. Do I get a chance for b3? Probably not. In fact, it's forcing off pieces soon. Right. Okay. I don't know how to get a counterplay here. I'll just snap that pawn. It's going to be tricky. Getting the king out of the way. What about getting the king to d2 actually? That might be an idea. For this onslaught of pawns. It's annoying that this game was really messed up, I think. Let's c3 here. Yeah, it's not particularly good. Rook e3 or f2. Okay. Get my king out. I'm gonna take. It's over. It's over. I'm just resigning. Let's have another game. Not a good start. It all went wrong. All went wrong tactically. Pound the French. Pre-move. Actually, I think I might need some Diet Coke to perk up. If I lose this game, especially, I think the next round of video, I'll have Diet Coke, secret weapon, to wake up. If I play e5 actually here, this should be reasonable. Liberation. Looks freer. Bishop's a bit hemmed in. I know it's a standing opening, but it's a bit passive. Maybe. Got to be careful though. Taking and queen e4s, d4, trying to keep a cramping pawn structure. Bishop g4 next. Okay. Keeping aggressive pawn. I think I need bishop g4 at some point. Maybe castle queenside. Got a bit of a clock advantage. 40 seconds. Not bad in a 5-minute game. Okay, what about just keeping a grip on e5? So I'll play this move instead of castles, just play knight e5. Well, you could always take in an f4 though. Like f6 first, weakening the diagonal. But I can always take with the f pawn then. Okay. If I want to, I don't know, oh, he's on d4. So bishop, what about knight takes? Just try and keep a float of oh there. Oh no, another mess. If I take on d4, on f3 and then queen e5, just to hold pawn. Bishop e6, knight d4, I can castle queenside. Or just queen e5. First hitting the bishop. It's not ideal. You can just take and then bishop f4. Oh, that position. He didn't. Oh, strange. So about g5 stop bishop f4. cheeky move. He's got A5. Not good, basically. G5 might be aggressive in its own right, so A5 is bishop C7 anyway. Right, so I'll play this. It's not bishop F4. So there's bishop A6s for the kings over here. Maybe knight d4, bishop A6. Queen check first, bishop A6. King there, queen H1, king D2. Well, this has turned out okay. If I can get to play C5. Or has it turned out okay? Ooh. I don't want to play here. I think king F8 might be safer. I'm not sure actually. King H6, king F7. Ah. Okay. So if I take, I'm hitting the queen. If he takes, then I'm protecting the pawn. So the queen's been hit. Okay. Knight takes d4. What about f3? I play f3 here. Looks like a very aggressive move. There's no immediate refutation, is there? There's no queen h5. There's no pawn. So I'll play f3 to try and get in this queen h2 check. Sort of attacking move. Queen, that's good, isn't it? Protecting h2. So queen g3 here? No? Am I in trouble? Probably. If I can get in rook g8, that would be nice. Nice little attack. These bishops are nicely defending these squares at the moment. Nice something like e5. Ooh, knight g5 and knight e5 a friend. So I'll play this. Protect g5, just take. Oh, he's off f6. Maybe that knight g5 worked there. Take on f6. He could have played knight g5, takes, queen f6. But now, knight g5, maybe I just take, queen g5. Takes, rook h7. In which case he might be in trouble here. Okay. If I play king e7 here, just try and get the king out of this firing line. Queen c5, bishop d6. So I'm threatening queen g2 mate. Bishop h3 as well. Oh, I think bishop h3 now. Why not? I'll get the other rook to g8. Be a nice triple battery. Okay. Bishop takes g2 here. Bishop g7, bishop takes f3, winning the queen. Bishop takes g2, and if queen c5, bishop d6, I'll go for it. I think Diet Coke time as well. Carrying Diet Coke. Caffeine. A little bit of caffeine. It helps on 5 minutes. I'm not sure about longer games. I think towards the end of a long game, I think Coke and that's not that helpful. I find them sometimes absolutely falling asleep if I have too much coffee before a long over the board game. Aha. Okay. So I can play bishop f3. He takes the queen. I take the rook. I can play rook g8 after. So I'll accept that deal. Maybe there was something stronger there. Probably. But this